Good morning, Adam. How's it going?
Hey, it's going good.
Good, good. Well, listen, thanks for taking the time to jump on this call. I've been wanting to do this for the last couple of weeks, so I'm glad we were able to make time to make this happen. I want to introduce you to the audience. Adam Villarreal, who is our branch manager out of our Texas, Houston location, is on the call with us today. And the reason I brought Adam onto the call was because Adam has, been here now for 3 or 4 months and is just taking off. His trajectory is amazing, and going from doing 4 or 5 deals a month to I think he's going to close more than 20 deals in August. So just amazing work ethic, amazing structure with his business. We want to talk a little bit about that. We also want to talk about people that are coming over to Adam's branch and the recruits that we're looking for, and what would be a good fit for us, and what would be a good fit for a recruit. So that's what today's discussion is about. Adam, you ready to roll?
Yeah, ready to go.
Okay, perfect. So let's just start big picture. What does the loan officer talent pool look like right now in the greater Houston area?
Yeah, so I mean, there's a combination, right? I think broker-wise, we're probably more in the minority. Mostly retail banks, credit union. There's a big mix, and with Houston being, I guess, a very diverse market, consistently growing, lots of new home sales, and there's still new builds and a lot of likes. So it's a hodgepodge, but. That to be said, I think that the broker sphere and honestly, just being a broker, it's becoming, the trend, right? Everybody's realizing that this is just offering a more competitive standpoint from a rate mix to the lowest fees and compensation that they're seeing on the other side of things, that loan officers have really taken to it. And it's no longer a pariah in the lending sphere in Houston. It's more the trending and hot topic thing that I think that most of the loan officers that I speak to they're gravitating towards.
Yeah, well, you're not the only one. That's not just Houston. Houston happens to be a mecca area for mortgage. Areas like L.A. and Colorado and Utah. Everywhere is seeing that same trend. I'm not going to harp on this, but we'll talk a little bit about it. You were previously in the retail environment. You've obviously moved over to what we now call a hybrid model. From your personal experience, where do you feel you are now compared to where you were before with your just ability to lend, your competitiveness, and anything else that you think gives you a competitive advantage being in this hybrid model that Ideal Mortgage has?
Yeah, I mean, number one, I didn't think that the hybrid model even existed, so that was a huge boost and a boon to find. I did start in the retail space, and I quickly learned that this was something that was more or less the rinse and repeat, I think, black and white model that most, honestly, consumers and clients had experienced. They were very much used to an office, a team, and kind of being handed off to this person in this department or whatever it is. And so right. I think that, coming from that and really seeing that, I identified pretty early on that this really wasn't for me, coming from a big customer service background, 2 decades plus, and just really working with, clientele, customers that what are your needs? How do we modify and tailor this particular experience to you? And I really thought that the broker sphere sounded great. It sounded like you're really building your own business. You have to bet on yourself. You have to know that you're growing something. You have to be intentional about it. So I think that seeing that's part of it, and seeing retail, then also seeing the broker side of things, I knew that this was great, but would it be really awesome if I had more support? Could I have a model where I could pick up the phone and talk to people that are just extremely intelligent in the lending space, and that I would have a resource, and not that these people weren't available before, but having someone essentially that is going to be responsive, within a few minutes, or responsive on email, or I had a specific person or team member that could help with this particular thing. And so these tools were made available. I already had the model, I already had the business plan, so it just fit together in the end.
Well, it's clearly working. The proof is in the pudding.